Oh, hey there. How you doing? How you doing? Didn't know you was over there right there. No, yeah, sure. So pretty much what I'm doing right now is this is just gonna be my review of the day, the few trades of the day. Oh, uh oh, audio is working. That's what I was waiting on. Okay. All right, so the few trades of the day. Today I was just looking, I was just waiting, I was just watching. So I wanted to share with you what I'm looking for, and so I'm making algorithms, yes, but with the algorithms, it's pretty much what you have available. You know, you can analyze the chart and then pick apart where you want to get in at, and then make the logic make sense. So I am still interested in the technical analysis piece, though, and what actually happens live during the moment. So would I be a complete 100% algorithmic trader? I don't know, maybe not. But I do want to know what's going on with the chart and why. So I've got, if you look at the bottom of my workspace here, I've got 3 tickers that I pretty much have just running all day. So then I can go back and then sit and look and see what the chart has told me from the day. Okay, so one of the things that I've noticed just in day trading, sitting at the charts and that kind of thing, is that there is a relationship to volume and price action. It's not always a direct proportional relationship, and you know, there's volume, and then there's a trade, there's hitting the bid, there's lifting the ask, there's market orders, there's shorting, longing, there's all kinds of different orders, and you don't have x-ray vision, so you can't tell what's what, even by looking at time and sales. You know, you can get some kind of ideas, but so that's why I want to capture a bunch of information from the day and then go back and look at it and see where the best entries were, what happened, what kind of orders at least showed up on the TNS, or what was the sentiment, meaning, you know, what was on level 2. So, and because level 2, I guess some people call it level 2, but you know, the bid and the ask, what shows up as the bid size and the ask size, those are not market orders. Market orders just boom, they hit the market. What shows up on the bid and the ask size, those are limit orders, and so those are typically, I mean, when you put in a limit order, you're putting in your order and you're being patient. And I think most people would say that the accepted train of thought is that smart money does not chase orders, and they certainly want to avoid market orders, because if you put in a market order, you can have slippage. If you put in a market order to capture your price right here at 75, and then all of a sudden shoots up to 99, then how many every 1,000 shares you put in, and again, big money is not trading 1 or 2 shares at a time anyway. They're moving lots of shares. So if they're moving lots of shares and there's a high amount of slippage, then that's going to cost them. That's going to cost them, and that's not, you can't calculate that. You can't calculate the unpredictability of market orders so much. So limit orders. They use limit orders, right? Right. So limit orders would show up on the level 2, but don't think that anybody would leave a limit order on there long enough for you to get wind of it, and then you beat them to the punch. So then you raise the price, right? So the limit order is probably going to hit quick, and then they're going to enter, and then it's going to be gone. So they're not just going to let it sit there all day like we might. Of course, they're, you know, using the computers for sure. So that would be the yeah, it would go there quick and gone anyway, almost like a market order, but it would happen quickly, and that's why on my charts I decided to look for. If you look at this one, no, what I do with it? What I do with it? This is not good. Okay, well, that sucks. I didn't get it for Tesla. I need to update that chart. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we'll start with day watch 1, which is CLRB. We'll open that one up and then show you what I'm talking about. So These down here, there's an indicator that I created to kind of show me what the bid and the ask are, the bid and the ask size. Where if you do this same indicator on like a 5-minute chart, so on the 5-minute chart here, you see these high spikes. Well, those high spikes, they show up, but at least for TradeStation, from what I've found just working with it, is that these high spikes on the values for the bid and the ask, it's only capturing the bid and the ask as that candle is being created. When that candle is done, that's when it's capturing that bid and that ask size. It's not capturing it midway. It's not capturing it 3/4 of the way or first of the way. So say you're trying to observe when the bid gets up to 100, because that lets you know that a lot of people are really interested in getting in. It gets up to 100. You're like, yeah, that's when I want to get in. But you're running 5-minute candles. Well, it didn't get up to 100 on one. Didn't get up to 100 on two. On the 3rd minute, it did get up to 100. But you weren't sitting at the chart, or you weren't looking at the bid and the ask size, so you don't know that. 4th candle, it came back down to 75. 5th candle, the closing of the 5-minute candle, it came back down to 20. Okay, as that candle closes, it's going to show a bid size of 20, not 100, not what you were looking for. And if you saw that it was 100, boom, you would have got in. So what I had to do was like, okay, well, I need to capture what's going on like every tick, or look at every 1 minute, or every 30 second, or every 15 second, or every tick, or every 10 ticks, right? So that's how I got to looking at the ticks, or the 15-second chart. So here I'm running the 15-second chart. Some of the times on one of these I'll run the ticks, but at least this gives you an idea. So I'll show you what I found, and you might say, it's one of those things that make you go, Okay, so for CLRB, we can do it in reverse fashion, or we can just do it the quickest fashion. I'll do it the quickest fashion. I'll save you the headache, and you can go back and do it whatever way you want to. So what I do is I'm looking for those large orders, because again, the money makers, the market movers, hedge funds, all those folks are trading lots of shares. They're moving lots of shares. And so some of the times you can do small shares and small shares, small shares, small shares. That really, what they call it, HFT, high frequency trading. You can, yeah, they can do that for sure. But they take a risk every time they don't go ahead and get into the market. They're taking a risk of slippage. They're taking a risk of some other market participant coming in and moving the market hugely, and then they end up missing out on the strategy that they wanted to employ, the strategy that they wanted to mold. So, at some point they kind of do have to move the boat, right? So, you got this big boat, which is a stock, and you got these little waves moving it, these little waves. The little waves can move it a little bit, and it'll eventually turn it all the way around. Yeah, right? But if it's going down, going to a reversal, going to a pullback, and you need to turn it around really quickly, there's not an infinite amount of little waves that you can do to make that turn around quickly. You got to hit it with a big wave, right? And so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the big waves. So that's what we found. So for the TNS, for the time and sales, I kind of have that running, and I have like if you look at this, here is a filter that I put on. So for this block here, these all these transactions will be more than 30,000 shares. And again, these are transactions. These are transactions that they happened, so they've been recorded. So they had to be recorded, unless you're dealing with that dark pool stuff, which I don't know anything about. But if you're dealing with that dark pool stuff, then apparently it doesn't show up on the on the time and sales. This is how I understand it. So that's very curious, and that would throw this whole thing off. Nevertheless, what I found is that, so this one I think I have it set for a filter of 4,000 shares. So any transaction that happens over 4,000 shares. So as the market ended, I just kind of went back and kind of scrolled through this. All these, you see, all these are over 4,000, 4,000, 8,000, 4, 5, 6, 5, 8. You got some 11, 13s, 20s right there. So what's going on here? This is around 11.27. What's happening at 11.27? 11.27, you're down in here, right? So you're kind of down in a little gully. Would you agree that that's probably the lowest of these lows before it moves back up? I'm looking at it. I mean, you know, you can disagree if you want to, and that's fine. I'm, you know, open for debate, but it looks like that's the lowest. Now, when I was looking through it, I found something else. So those numbers get pretty high there, right? But if I kept going back, 7,004, there's an 18,000 at 1109. Okay, I think that's closer to where we're at. So 1109, 1110 or so here. In this area, we had a huge 18,000 order. All the rest of these orders have been 4 and 5 and 6,000. I mean, with the exception of the smaller orders, the smaller orders have been, you know, nothing, whatever. We're not even looking at those. But of the mid-size orders, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, somebody took that to a factor of 5 almost, right? So somebody has a super huge large order, and yeah, that's got to take a lot of money to make that happen. So this is probably a big dog. 1109, big dog. Okay, so going down 10, we got a couple 10s and 15s there. That's at 1104. 1104 is right in here. Okay, this is the area that I found, 1104. You got the 10s and the 15s. All right, and then that's coupled with that that other 18 or 20 or whatever we found. So I took that area, and I said, okay, well, let's just draw a line through that, because that might be a level of significance. Is it a level of resistance, or is it a level of support? Well, as the stock moves along, of course, you got some heavier orders there. Remember, we identified that. And now from there, it moves up. And it doesn't really come back through this level. And I think that's pretty significant as well. But as we get over here, in this area, 1405, that's 205. 205 in that area, we got this red bid here, and then in this area, 304, we got this red bid here. So I was trying to make sense of, okay, well, if it's hitting the bid, is that significant? And I think so. Because if somebody puts in a limit order to buy, if it's stop limit, it'll enter right then and there, but it's still going to enter at the bid, right? Yeah, it's still going to enter on the low side. So market orders to buy would shoot the price up. And that's why you have those aggressive moves right up, and it doesn't have to be a lot of volume. They just move the stock straight up. But a limit order to buy will move the price down. So I think that's why we're getting that red bid hitting the price at the bid right here. So, you know, if you have anything to add to that, I'm all open ears. I'm open ears. I'm willing to hear what you have to say about that. But after we leave this level, let's make it bigger. See if we can zoom out. After we leave this level, this zone, because it is a zone, that's one of the things that I have to really appreciate, is that you should not expect to ever get into a position and not have any drawdown and not have any pullback. So if you think you're going to get into a position, balls to the wall, all in, and not have any drawback, then you are gambling, because you're going to have some pullback. So even though this smart money got in here, the big money got in here, there's still a little bit of a pullback. All right, so this is the zone. It captures these two guys and these two guys. I hate that I lost my circles. Can I move this to the back? Can't move it to the back. Okay, well, we'll just make the circles again. Nope, still didn't go above this blue, but whatever. All right, and so once we left this box here, yep, it moved on up. Very good, very good. And then you could wait for confirmation for this pullback here and this rejection and get in there and then take it up. That's fine. What else do we have to say about this being a significant level that you might have identified in just technical analysis? Maybe you'd say that this right here, this rejection, is the place where you look for entry, right? So maybe that's just more confirmation. And I didn't start recording this early. I was doing some other stuff. I was working on other algorithms. So I didn't start recording the time of sales this early. But I wonder how big the volume was in here to identify it as support. I don't know. All right, so let's move on to the second one. That was CLRB. The second one is NVOS. NVOS we've had a lot of fun with. Yeah, had a lot of fun with that one. UPTD. You see, I've been playing around and holding that one. I put that. It's on the simulation account, right? So I put on the trade and I just kind of walked away. So, and UPTD has no volume. Why even hop on it? Looking for that 20,000 risk to make 80,000. That's why. That's why. All right. So, anyways, NVOS. I kind of already identified the places where the large orders happen. You can feel free to go back and identify them yourself. No, Jackson. Okay, the large orders were in there. So typically these guys are not supposed to move. Once I set them, they're supposed to be locked. Okay, so the high volume came in here, and so we draw our zone through here, and sure enough, we got the high volume again here. And it moved up. Oh, one other thing I wanted to say about that, which I thought was significant. And I'm learning as I do this with you, so please forgive me. All right, so back on CLRB, we have this time period here, which is around 11:05. We had that low there, 11:30, and then we had 203 and 308. Look what happened around this time. Around 203, right? 203 right there. That is, all right, let's do this. You see the line on the chart on the bottom? This is a global positioning line. So we got the bid and the ask down here. The red line, the ask, got really high. So that's our line there. And it identifies with this bubble. This line here is around 252. And it identifies roughly with this bubble. So high volume here, high volume here. Why did we get high volume along with high ask? Right? Because they are two different things. The sales, what happens with the sales is different from what happens with the orders. You can put an order in and quickly take it out. So just because there are orders in, just because there's sentiment doesn't mean that there are orders there, or there will ever be orders there, or that orders have been filled. So we have two different things that happen, but together they have significance. So one, you have that the orders actually happen, and then two, you have that that there was sentiment. So the fact that there's sentiment, and it's not buying sentiment, which you might be looking for. You might be looking for somebody's at the front.
Someone is at home front door.
All right, you might be looking for the buyers to buy, to the bids to be high at that point, right? And then you're like, oh, okay, well, I'll go ahead and get in. But au contraire, mon frere, not right now, not yet, not yet. The big money needs to see that there's people willing to sell to them for whatever reason. Is it too late in the day? 2 o'clock, I better go ahead and close these trades, or the volume is dying down, I better close these trades. So people are willing to sell there. The amount of people willing to sell is going up, right? So now there's all these people willing to sell. There's all these people willing to sell. Well, how are we gonna make them happy? Right? How are we going to make them happy? How do we? What do we do? They're going to buy. Now that there is a supply, there's a supply of shares at that level to move up the price. Now they can just go ahead and buy, and that's the easiest way to move the price up. And they can capture more shares. Yep. Sellers available there. I'm going to go ahead and buy. And then what happened? Look at that. Look at all that volume right there. Just these two candles. Boom, all that volume. That's because there was a lot of sellers at this price level. A lot of sellers at this price level. Right in through there. And so what happened right on this candle as it shot through that zone? That's where all your volume was. That's where all your volume was. And so I don't know what happens after this, right? But somebody acquired what they were trying to acquire right there. And now to take it a step further, what they plan to do with that, I don't know. I've got to figure that out. Hopefully you can tell me. All right, so that sets us up for what we want to do with NVOS, which is the second stock we're looking at. So again, same thing. And maybe this won't work tomorrow. I hope to be, I hope to see that I'm wrong on that, because I want to be wrong. I want it to be more difficult than this. But I tell you what, I've seen this time and time again, and that's honestly why I wanted to get this kind of computer, this kind of setup, so I could run it all the time, so I could, you know, really observe and sit and be in front of the orders as they happen. Because you might only get a couple opportunities to truly get in at a safe place. Okay, all right, so this is the script that I put together. This is a strategy that I put together for NVOS. I did another a couple videos on it, so you can look at my channel and find that. But this strategy here is an NVOS September the 3rd. That's the one I created last night. It was actually supposed to be applicable for the day before. I thought that it was going to fire off earlier in the day, and I thought that these guys here were representative of this this indicator, but they were representative of this indicator, but this strategy had actually been optimized. So it doesn't fire off on these guys here. After being optimized, it actually changed the values just a little bit, and so this is where it got in at. And like I said, I did a short, I did a video or something, and as I was doing the short, like these guys were coming in, and I was like, yeah, it's putting out a signal for 1042. I was like, we'll see what happens, but nevertheless, those were only mildly valuable or accurate entries, right? So it would have put you in here. You could have got that little move, would have put you in here, would have got that little move. Who wants that smaller move? Here, that little move. Here, you would have got stopped out. So like I said, those are, I mean, you could probably do something with them, you know, depending on who you are, how you like to trade. But I wasn't even sitting at the chart when this came along. Okay, so this is part of my strategy. After it being optimized, it said, no, you should have got in here. And I probably would have, I don't know, got out, I don't know. Whoever, and now that I'm looking at it, is awesome, because whoever came up with the idea for this chart, they must have been copying my notes, because this daggone thing, this is the exact level of support. Look at that. This is the level of support. It came here, touched, barely touched, and then moved up, hit my profit target. I mean, so that strategy that I created from yesterday worked for today, and that is awesome. Typically, I'm not overlaying my previous day's strategy on the current day to see how it works out. So, so I'm tickled to see that worked. It was only one trade that it captured, but that's okay. I'm okay with that, because the way that strategy was set up, it was only making 2 trades a day. So it worked on NVOS for September the 1st, and it worked on AXLA for September the 1st. I think it worked on maybe one other one. Those are just some of the penny stocks that I was looking at. But so it only took 2 trades, but I mean, they were 100% profitable. And so it worked on today. It was 100% profitable with the same settings. So just out of curiosity, if we hit the strategy performance report, boom, boom. All right, so it looked like maybe there's one other trade in there that it took or would have took today that it wouldn't have made money on. But if you, the way that this is set up, if you had a $50,000 account making $35,000 trades at a time, by the end from September the 1st through September the 5th, through these 2 trading days, you'd have finished off with what, $4,500 profit, which is what, almost 10% of your $4,600 profit was about 10%, 75% win rate, and the return on capital, yep, 9.29%. So that's pretty good. Let's see where that last trade was that failed. Right here. So it's telling you to get in again, but we know not to get in that high. Good Jesus. Buy up here? No. I mean, so this probably need to adjust the strategy for sure, just to make sure. Oh my God! It got in after a super long bottom wick like that? No, there should definitely be a piece of logic in the strategy that has you not get in when the volatility is that high. That's crazy. Okay, but anyway, so back to where we were. So I found high orders right here. So this is what time? This is 12:13. So let's go back, open it up. 12.13 on the TNS, time of sales. We're close in here somewhere. 12.09, 14, 16, 18, 25, 14, 50. Let's say 12.14. A lot of green in there. Oh, there we go. Okay, 12.13, 232,000 shares. Okay, so we're looking down here. We're seeing 4 and 6 and 8 and 20 and 10 and 14. We got a 25 there at 46. But you ain't seen no 232. 232? Right. And so that's during whatever point in time of the day that if you didn't see that, then you'd be you'd just be trading whatever. But again, this is patient trading. This is being cautious. What in the world is this? This is a 336 at 1220. 1220, 336. Okay, so still in that same zone. 336. Okay, and I imagine what's going to happen is everything is going, while it's all under here, the volume is going to kind of die down a bit. Unless it picks up just right at the bottom. But this down through here and this all through here should probably be fairly low. So let's look at from 1239 down to 1253. So 1239. So we got a 116 there. But we're still in that box. Okay, there's 1220, 336. Okay, so that's still right all up and through here. But I feel like we're going backwards. Okay. Just scanning. That's why I need my glasses on. 1229. We're getting a lot of above ask. I like to pay attention to that kind of stuff. I have my time and sales like color coded so things pop out to me. You can make yours however you want it, of course. 14, 15, 70s, 10, 15. There's a 105 at 1236. 1236. There's a 105. I'll identify that. I'll take it. 100 at 1241. 1241 still in that box. There's a 100. Okay. And then 1247. And then really nothing. Oh, that's just 1 minute span. All right, and then nothing through here. Nothing through here. Nothing through here. Just regular stuff. Just regular stuff. Alright, hang on 2 seconds, guys. But I'm still kind of working through these numbers. Alright, so all the way up through 121. Yeah, see, like I said, all the way through here, there's like nothing. There's no huge orders. So good. That's what I expected, and that's what I saw. Still nothing. Look at all these orders now. So there is one thing where there's like orders and 17 and 18, 143.24, 143.25, 28, 28, 32, 36. Those are all different orders at different times. But look at this. 145.44. Now you might be confused. You say, but Eric, those are not all, that's not a large order. Yeah, but they're all at the exact same time. What? They're all at the exact same time. So it looks to me like a bunch of angry going on, right? That looks to me like that's in the same boat. That looks all the same to me. And if you added that up, 41, 16, what's that? 58, 60, 75, 80, 93, 97, one. I mean, you're getting to a large number there. So we're going to identify 145. We're going to identify 145. Okay, 145 is in this general range here. I don't think that that's the circle that I identified there, but let's keep it moving. There we go. Oh man, good gracious. All this at 145.44, and then these continue going on at 145.45. And then you're going to do a little nightcap at 180,000, still at 145.45. That is a huge amount of orders. Huge amount of orders. But you know what the problem with that is? Oh no, don't you do that. See, that's why you're supposed to be locked. Locked and loaded. Okay, you know what the problem with that is? Okay, I keep dragging everything. The problem with that is there's 145 there. We're looking at the time down at the bottom. 145. These orders are right here. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. I'll go for that. I'll go for that. Still at 145.56, you have a large order there. So somebody was paying attention. Somebody knew what was going on. Okay, so now what do we say on the other chart, on the CLRB? We said that in combination with having those large orders, there was also some indication of availability to move up, or ability to move up. So what did we see? 145 is right in here. Here we go. Look at that. Prior to 145, 145 is right in here. Okay, that's all right. That's the go button right there. That's the go button. The go button in the go zone. Okay, but what happened right here? What happened all through here? First of all, we had low orders. It was calm, cool, and collected down through here. Here it's aggressive. What was predominating down here? We had these asks. Look at the bottom down there. Look at the bottom. Red line, red, 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 red. Of course, we have blue. We have blue bids down here. But we have blue over here. Blue is winning over here. Well, what is the chart doing? Chart is going down. Here, red is winning, and chart is moving up. And that's really what I want to see. So the availability to buy shares. But you want to buy around the time with large money. You don't want to be buying way up here. You know what I mean? So I think this chart said the same thing. This chart said the same thing as the last chart. You want to get in with smaller orders, more asks. Okay. So after the identification of larger money over here, And from that area of larger money, again, there's going to be some slippage. There's going to be some drawdown. So as long as it's not coming way below whatever pivot you're looking at, you're good to go. I don't remember where the zone was for that. Let's see. That was let's get on out. Okay, so right through here. Larger orders came in here. It didn't come in down at the bottom, came in here. And it had already put in a well, I mean, there was a lower low on the larger time frame, but if you look from here to here, it was already putting in a higher low anyway. It's already putting in a higher low. Then you have these nice orders here. You got the cool zone down here where it's kind of resting, and then back up here. When you start seeing those larger orders come in here, go ahead and jump on the train. Jump on the train, okay? With your eyes closed, riding a motorcycle. All right, well, that's pretty much all I'm gonna do today. I mean, Tesla pretty much did the exact same thing. So I'm just making a note of this stuff, and I'm gonna screenshot this, and then I'm gonna put it in my notes, and I'm gonna review it, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do this again tomorrow. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this or got something from it. If you didn't, ain't my problem. All right, I'm out. Peace.